good evening, good morning, good night, you lovelies. It is the one, the only Cappy D Bar, and we are here to discuss some wrestling, a lot of wrestling, as much wrestling as we can. My first copy of this recording got scrapped because of bullshit. Yeah, technological bullshit. So we're going to be shotgunning Backlash. It wasn't very entertaining. I didn't have a lot of fun. We're also going to be shotgunning Fairway to Heaven. Wasn't that great, you know, in totality. It was fine. It was okay. It was an hour long. So, you know, with what we got in an hour, it was okay. You know, we're going to get to it. We're going to be cracking up with the cold ones as much as we can. Again, first deleting got recorded. So, hey, excuse me if I sound a little pent up. I am. So Backlash buildup wasn't very good. Everything about it was poor. 3 weeks before SmackDown, this felt like a goal line rush. I don't know why we did this. Don't know what the point of it was, but it's clear that their schedule, for the next 2026, months isn't as perfect as they would like for it to be. Neither here nor there. The Braun versus Seth match, it went viral for all the wrong reasons. Wasn't amazing. Kind of poor, honestly. Seth did his best to salvage it. The right person won this match, which, it helps the booking a little bit, but it wasn't good. If you really want to build this shit, if you really want to build this show, this brand, Oba, Braun, Jacob, that's your holy trinity right there, but won't pull the trigger. Why they won't, don't know. Bunch of pussies, in my humble opinion. They need to bring back house shows because these two didn't have amazing chemistry. Seth definitely works better with more seasoned, more professional vets, and unfortunately, Braun just is not there yet. Not to his detriment. It's all on TKO, production, the nose. These are really simple things to acknowledge and address. The Danhausen match with the little person and Miz and Kit Wilson was a precursor to how dog shit this pay-per-view was going to be. Did I warn any of you? No, because I didn't really feel like it. I knew for a matter of fact that this guest opponent that the Miz and the Kid Wilson were gonna have wasn't gonna be amazing. Wasn't gonna be some fucking creme de la creme. Holy. It wasn't gonna be anything insane. It wasn't CM Punk either. I thought it would be CM Punk. It was not CM Punk. It was a little person. It was El Torito, and he was easily the best worker in the match. Not surprised by that. The segment, the match, the idea, goofy as fuck, silly as fuck. But I'll be honest, when the little people got cloned, there was like 8 of them running around. It did what it was supposed to do, I guess. In simplest terms, I can say that. It was a very CMML coded match, and I think Danhausen knew that going in, and I feel like he pitched it as such. Big ups to you, Danhausen. Big ups to you. The Asuka and Io match was everything I wanted from these two. I think the chemistry and the relationship that these two have, I think it's leaps and bounds beyond anything that the WWE is trying to do in this current year of 2026. I did not expect Io to counter that missed spot how she did it was actually very creative, very cool, very fun. That's what wrestling's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. I knew going into this match that Io was supposed to be going over on Asuka. I didn't expect Asuka to retire. I also hate that the binding force in Kairi Sane isn't here anymore. And now Asuka's also retiring. Somber. It's pretty bittersweet watching this match. But again, if Kairi's all the way back in TJPW, then Asuka's probably gonna go right back with her, and that's just gonna be its own thing over there, at fucking 3 a.m. Eastern Central Time, right? And again, everything that this company has tried to give some of its more, veteran, more just talented workers like Sami Zayn, like fucking Shinsuke Nakamura, right? Like a Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods. It wasn't satisfactory, and that's why everyone is kind of taking a big step back, because you guys are fucking clowns. Literally, TKO is filled with a bunch of fucking clowns, and I wholeheartedly think that the locker room started to recognize this finally. So this was Asuka's last official match. Thank God she is going to a better promotion. Cena goes out there. He has an announcement that's confused a lot of people. It's confused me. He says that the NXT Brightest and the WWE Brightest are going to go head to head in a Cena tournament, to establish the future of this company. There's going to be a belt, which I don't love, but it's already there. It's already set in stone. Can't complain about it. He also says that it will be a fan voted determination, meaning that even if you lose, you can still win the tournament. I imagine they're gonna do this like the play-in, like there's gonna be a loser bracket and a winner's bracket. But if the winner and the loser of either of those brackets, right, if they end up getting voted in, then what? Like if the winner of the loser bracket is fucking Joe Hendry or some shit, and he gets voted in, then what? Like literally that, like none of this makes any sense. And I think they knew this going in. That's why backstage all the dirt sheets are saying they don't have any answers for this, because it's a mess. It's a fucking mess, and they're aware of that. They're aware of that. Because, listen, nobody goes in to an announcement saying that the fans are going to do a tournament and it's going to be a tournament. So what the fuck is the point of the tournament if the fans are just going to determine everything? There's no point. I don't know. I don't know if they really thought that one through. They didn't. They didn't. That's the spoiler. They did not think this shit through at all. Yeah, a lot of people were expecting an WWE and AEW collab pay-per-view. That wouldn't have happened in a million years, chat. And I hate to break it to you. 1 year it's gonna, arrive on Triple H's table. Be way too much money to not turn down. But he's very old school, and anybody who dares to challenge his authority, they have to get put down like Old Yeller. So, if Triple H heard that Tony Khan was in any room in downtown New York for a business meeting, he'd probably try to get it drone striked. That's not me being funny. I genuinely think he dislikes that man that much. I don't ever see that happening in the near future, but we see how they react with MJF and Nick Nemeth, right? They halved that shit the second they heard about it. So I don't know. They blow their own fucking foot off with a shotgun to kill a bug if it made them feel better about it. The Jacob and Roman match was everything I didn't want from this. It was everything I didn't want. Not only did Jacob lose, wrong choice, but Roman, he won, but he kind of went out like a face, which is just not good for Roman's character. I'm sorry, this whole, and I understand maybe they're trying to pull like a Moxley thing. Oh, he worked so hard. He puts in so much effort. How can you not cheer for him, right? But Roman doesn't really work that hard. He shows up. He's showing up a lot more, which is great. You're a champion. It's your fucking job. But he's not wrestling a bunch of matches. We're not seeing him open a bunch of Raws where he's going 20-25 minutes with the next up and coming fucking superstar. It's just not happening. So a lot of the love and praise I think Moxley gets, that kind of turned him into that soft face. Roman can't get that because he's not of that caliber, just character-wise. He's not. So this whole feud with Jacob, somebody who again is insanely over, who's liked by the community and the fans at large, the casuals enjoy Jacob. Anyone who really watches, this product, they might not be a fan of Jacob's, personality, outside of the ring, but he is who he says he is. He's a Samoan badass. He does his own fucking thing. He doesn't, subscribe to any families or any kind of groups or, conglomerations. It is what it is. It's the fact of the matter. I would have, again, man, Oba versus Jacob, that's something that could be pushed to like Survivor Series. Oba and Jacob until Survivor Series is something y'all could do. Then whoever naturally goes over in that could just go against Braun at, WrestleMania. I mean, maybe not WrestleMania. Maybe you do like the next pay-per-view, because I know they kind of hold their balls in their hands for all of December, so they don't, make the fans spend too much money, right? You don't want to price up the fans too much, but I don't know. I definitely think in this simple execution that we get between Roman and Jacob, it's just a really underlying taste of what could have been. What could have been if they had the nuts to pull the trigger on Jacob. And I don't know why they don't do that. But again, personally, I build this shit around Oba, Jacob, and Braun. There's no question about that. Also, get them in the ring a lot more so their legs can start fucking working. So we don't get situations like that Seth Rollins match. But that's me. That's how I feel about this Backlash for May 9th, 2026. 7 out of 10. 6, 7. The CMML AAA segment with Danhausen, it fixed a lot of things for me. I'll be honest with all of you. We're going to be discussing Fairway to Hell, which went practically head to head with Backlash, which I think is actually pretty funny. May 9th, 2026. We start off this collision, you can call it, with Pac versus Darby. Now, this is a rerun. We have seen this match before. It is a rematch. I don't want to lie to any of you, but what I will say with all of my chest, the setting and the moments that we get from this, iconic. This is an iconic collision, and it spurred a lot of memes. The memes are great. The memes are super funny. But on a realer note, right? The chance that AEW takes with some of these venues, it pays off so well. It pays off phenomenally well, and I wish that we got more of this creativity in all of our wrestling promotions, right? Like imagine New Japan running a baseball stadium, right? That's not, hey, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. Now, mind you, baseball, you know, how exactly would you book that? How exactly would you build that stadium? A lot of things you could talk about there. But New Japan Pro is a very, very cool, very new, is a very cool, very innovative company. So they have they got the money to pull some shit off like this. Tony doing what he did, super cool, super fucking fly. These two niggas try to kill each other for a majority of this match. It's nothing new. It's nothing new at all. The Death Riders stack up some tables that Darby ends up getting thrown off of. I thought that was very fun. Definitely up there with the sand spot earlier in this match. And even though Darby gets killed, he hulks up. That's no other way to put it. And he puts away Pac. Uno, dos, tres. Now, a lot of niggas have a problem with Darby going over the manner that he does, but he survived car crashes in kayfabe. So that's how I feel about that. That's just how I feel about that. Sorry to break it to all of you. Mark Davis goes over on the one and only Jacketh Perry, the Jungle Boy himself. Now, this is for the national championship, so big up to Marks. He has definitely been blessed by the wrestling gods. But other than that, I didn't really feel a lot like, I was like, oh, Mark Davis is doing his shit. That's great. Every time I see this national championship, I just think about the moment we could have got with Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, right? Because Anthony Bowens, phenomenal wrestler, great backstory, right? With the Acclaimed. Yeah, that's their name, the Acclaimed. I don't know. I definitely like everything that Jungle Perry gives in this match. And Mark Davis is the right person to go over. There's no question about it. The match was tough, very tough match. But I'm just looking at this. I'm like, man, like Luchasaurus not being here kind of makes this a little drab, doesn't it? Just a tad bit, just a wee bit, lad. The Divine Dominion go up against a bunch of jobbers. I'll be honest. Hey, much respect to these ladies. These are the job squad that these two ladies are going up against, and that is how we finish off our Fairway to Hell. Again, cool 7 out of 10. It wasn't insanely something to write home about. What I will say though, it is a 7 out of 10 wholeheartedly. And then I think about the venue and the atmosphere that bumps it up at least a good point. So now it's a solid 8 out of 10. That's everything I really have for not only Backlash, but Fairway to Hell. We are going to be getting to Raw, all right, for Monday. It is going to be our May 11th, 2026 re-edition, and I'll be clear, right? I'll be transparent. I didn't think that the show can get worse.